Welcome to Busan EFM News at 3. I'm Juliet Hom. The South Korean military began its annual war exercise involving all branches of service today to bolster its defense posture against potential threats from North Korea, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or JCS, said. This year's 12-day Hoguk exercise involving the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps will focus on ways to establish supreme military defense capabilities against North Korea's possible regional provocations in all-out war. The exercise was to be conducted across the nation, and the programs include joint landing drills, maritime infiltration defense drills, and those to defend the northwestern islands on the Yellow Sea. Some U.S. military forces will also join some of the drills. Some 330,000 military servicemen are taking part in the drill, the largest ever number since the country first staged the drill in 1996. The familiar dispute over who should bear the cost of providing welfare services for free has reemerged ahead of the National Assembly's approval of next year's government budget. The trigger for the latest dispute came last week when Governor Hong Jun-pyo of South Gyeongsang Province, a southern province on the peninsula, announced he would stop funding free school lunch programs in the province after the local education office refused to undergo an inspection of its spendings on the program, calling it interference. The idea of free welfare or universal welfare has long been a trademark policy of the liberal opposition camp. The conservative ruling party has called for selective welfare tailored to the needs of different income groups. One of President Park Geun-hye's welfare pledges during the 2012 presidential campaign was to provide free childcare services for all children between the ages of 3 and 5. The mountain trails around the upper platform of Miryang Eurumgol cable car will reopen. Based on civil complaints from citizens, the Gyeongnam Provincial Park Committee has decided to reopen the mountain trails. The operation of the Miryang cable car started in September of 2012 with the opening of the mountain trails, but due to the height of the upper platform building of the cable car violating natural park law, the operation of the cable car has stopped in November of that year, only to resume in May of the following year, with the mountain trails remaining closed. The construction of Busan Solomon Law Park to appeal to the demand for law-related education in the Yeongnam area and expand constitutionalism has begun. An official in Busan said it will hold a groundbreaking ceremony at the site of Busan Solomon Law Park in Gupo Cultural Park at 10:30 a.m. on the 14th. This marks 4 years after the Ministry of Justice, Busan City, and Busan Education Office made an agreement to construct the park in 2010. The leaders of China and Japan have met for formal talks after more than 2 years of severe tension over a territorial dispute. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe met on the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, summit in Beijing. Now for the weather. The weather today will be clear and the temperature will rise in the afternoon. The high in Busan will be 20 degrees, similar to yesterday, with the waves rising from 0.5 to 1.5 meters in the seas. Fine dust concentration levels are normal today. It is currently 18 degrees here in Busan. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. Now you're listening to Busan EFM.